Thursday is back, everybody. You talk about a full studio. Well, first off, let's talk about the main reason we are here. With Soda Midwest Modified National Rookie of the Year, MaKenna Romuld in the studio. And like almost everybody that helps her out. We've got Stepdad Joe, Grandpa, we got Jory, we got our co-host Stephen Lewis. That's a lot of applause. We're all here. Gonna be fun. Show today brought to you by the Buzz Run Vintage Snowmobile Show. The Buzz Run Vintage Snowmobile Show and Run is back. It's bigger, it's better, and it's coming to the Beehive in Reynolds Saturday, January 11th. There's awards for customs, restored, best original. There's awards for farthest travel, the People's and Mayor's Choice, best dressed, a kids class, and of course, the loud pipe competition. Cost is just $10 per sled. Registration starts at 8:30 at the Beehive, with judging starting at 11:30. Either ride or follow along for the annual ride to Brewski's in Thompson, and then back for the awards at 4:30. The Buzz Run Vintage Snowmobile Show and Run, Saturday, January 11th at the Beehive in Reynolds. Brought to you by the Beehive and the Valley Drift Riders. We'll see you there. Alrighty, if you have any questions or comments, hey, feel free to call or text. Our number here at the studio is 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. Grandma Gail's watching too, by the way. Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. It's time for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. You know, my mom always said alcohol is your enemy. So my mom always says alcohol is your enemy. But then Jesus said to love your enemy. Case closed. I think I nailed that one. First off, my co-host over here, Stephen Lewis, how you doing, man? Happy New Year, by the way.
All good.
I was going to give you a hard time, but I can't because Winnipeg is doing so well. They're actually leading the Central Division with 55 points. Minnesota Wild have 50 points. But I can give you a hard time about Team Canada in the World Juniors because they got their ass handed to them the other night. And I'm still pissed about that whole thing. Their first loss when their captain, there we go, when their captain wouldn't pull his helmet up. And anyway, how'd your New Year's Eve go, your Christmas and all that stuff? Anything exciting happen to you?
Not too terrible much. When I don't go out very often, but went out New Year's Eve or whatever. Saw Curtis there, and
where'd you go?
The group from. I always kind of shy away from talking about the buns.
Okay,
they're not the sponsor here, but
that's all right. That's all right.
But anyway, that's
the bun's the bun. They're part of racing, man.
I was so went over there for just one. Just one.
Just one. And was it only just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Just one.
Okay.
Just
yeah, one large one.
Yeah. It was more of a venti beer.
Oh, there you go. So. There you go.
yeah. You gotta drink them with your pinky out over there, kind of thing. So.
I was at Dobmeyer's, Mark Dobmeyer's shop, and or the barn. We had a barn party over there. Had a great time. That was a lot of fun, and I want to thank you to the Dobmeyer family, and also Steve Arnold, Snap-on Tool Guy. And you know, they're not sponsors either, but tell you what, that dude can cook some mean food. Wow, was that good. I'm going to slowly go around. Jory Berg, how are you doing today, man?
I'm going to take that.
There, you take that.
Yeah. We're going to share today. Sharing's caring. I'm doing good. Yeah.
You know, you're one of those guys, you're like an undercover DEA agent. You and your dad, you're both the same. You change, your looks different all the time.
Yeah, we try to do that. We got to keep you guys on your toes.
Right. Yeah. Okay, now, how long does it take you to grow a beard?
A long time.
Okay, well, as long as me, it's taken me, I've been working on this since the beginning of October.
Yeah.
October, dude, and I'm 60 almost.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know when it started getting cold, so I don't know, when do we go to Fergus? That's when I started.
Yeah. Okay, probably about the same time. Yeah. All right, and my wife hates it, by the way, and I told her, okay, I'll go back, and then lo and behold, one of my Christmas presents was a thing of beard oil. So I'm not going to cut it off now. I'm going to wait till that oil's gone.
That's all fake. They all say, "Ooh, I hate it," but behind closed doors, like, "Oh, I love it. Can I run my fingers through it?"
Well, I know my wife really gets pissed if I use her comb.
Really? Yeah. I use my daughter's hairbrush to buff mine out a little bit, so it's not matted down to my neck when I wake up.
Poof it out a little bit.
Yeah. It's like a pick, you know.
Now, you cut yours off though in the summer, right?
Yeah, it's too hot in a race car.
Yeah, I bet. As we keep going around, Bobby Baird in the studio.
You
cut your hair too?
I cut everything in the spring except for the mustache. That's the only thing I don't cut.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as racing season starts, then I usually cut everything because that's my speed secret.
Oh.
I usually try to get like at least a couple races in with all the hair and the beard. That way, in case I make it to victory lane, I don't look like Ron Jeremy like I did last year. So.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why we plopped him down next to me, because he still looks at this face and he's like,
Yeah.
something's missing, dude.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said. It's like, if you want to be part of the mafia, you got to grow the mustache. And
There you
shave
go.
it off every time you're about to see me.
Now, if Stephen Lewis would have still been with the facial hair, I tell you what, that's not enough microphone for all that facial hair. So that was a good call
I've been
there.
afraid I'm going to be
right.
whacked by the mafia for quite a long time.
Me and Steven Sharon here, he's going to be picking mustache hairs out of this microphone all day.
Corey Litton just said Ted Bundy was also known for his frequent changes in appearances.
Hey, now. Ted Kaczynski,
That's kind of a
maybe.
good one. Kyle says Grandma Gail loves the beard. Tom Corkin, good morning, all. Good morning, Tommy. Randy, hey, John, this is Randy. I have a shirt I'd like to donate, sale or something that I know the Speedway would like to have. That's awesome. Bill Deutsch. John Biergard, good morning, everybody, and welcome. We're going to keep going around here and saying hi to everybody. Do we call you Bob or Bobby?
Bobby's good.
Okay, put the microphone right up by Grandpa there.
There you go.
Good Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff.
Yeah, all's good. Pretty quiet.
Yeah?
We just, it's just not a good, around Christmas we had some sick people. And
Yeah,
stuff,
oh, Jesus.
and
My wife and I were both
it's,
sick.
But otherwise it's quiet and it's all good. It's
Yeah.
over and got to see these a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's good.
And stuff
Did you
there.
get all you wanted for Christmas?
I don't ask for much. Well, yeah, I got a checkbook that got lightened up here. Well, pretty close, yeah. That's a good Christmas, but it's all for the best,
Oh,
It's,
yep, sure,
oh,
sure.
It was good.
All right, well, good.
Don't need much to survive
No, I know. It's
at our age, right?
yeah.
Come on.
Come on, leave it alone now. I'm going to go over to this guy here, Joe. Congratulations. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you very much.
Good. Kind of the backbone, I'm going to say, of this race team. But can we show a quick picture up here, Dale? That first picture I wanted to show. And we get this one up here. I had a little something happened here just the other day. And, look at that. How about that?
Yay.
That's why I didn't bring it up, John. I wanted him to.
Yeah. And,
Yep.
and it's always nice when you've got somebody like that in a picture to make you look good.
That's absolutely
That's what
right.
I say about my wife. She just makes me look way better than I am. But congratulations, man. I got the call Saturday morning. Here's the deal. When my wife and I got married, we've been together for about 10 years. We had decided one day, it was on a Sunday, that we were going to get married, and we got married the following Friday. You beat me, man. I tell you what, I find out about it Saturday morning that you had decided Friday night, if I'm right here, or
Thursday into Friday.
okay, Thursday into Friday, and you're going to get married today. And it was just like, boom, 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 you're married, and congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks. That's kind of how we roll. We've been together like 6.5 years,
Yeah.
living together. We've been engaged 2 years. And on a Thursday, it was like, hey, you want to get married tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right, let's get married tomorrow. So,
Some
made it
people go
happen.
out for lunch,
Well, and I said we were at her aunt's place for Christmas, and her aunts and grandparents were kind of giving me a little hell too about how long this was taking.
Yep.
So I told them pretty recently. I said I can't come to Christmas with you people next year because I ended up getting married right after. The next year, I don't know what would happen to me. So
And I am going to say, I did not know you before then. Mm-hmm. You're an amazing guy. Every time I talk to you, I just, I think I made the comment to your wife the one time you were on the show that I finally got to know a little bit more about you. But you guys are awesome for each other, and I congratulate you, man. That's good. And now you got another son-in-law, huh? Yeah. How's that?
Let's see. Well, it's all good.
Yeah.
Good
that's a really slow response.
There was a
took him a long time to be like,
lot
yeah.
of thought behind that.
Well, my
that
age,
answer there.
But no, I mean it's all good. He's good to work with. He's good with so many things. He's good with the family and the kids, I couldn't ask for much anything.
Yeah.
better, you know.
Kaylee says us Sensky women know how to get what we want.
Don't even bring that up.
I guess, and we had a room full of them, and boom, I had no options left, so I had no way out.
Why do you think you got married?
Oh, for funny. And then, you know what? She is on the top of the page here. Here we go. Wissota Midwest Modified National Rookie of the Year, MaKenna Romuld in the studio.
Roy!
Yay! Yay! How you doing today?
I'm great.
And here's the thing. Grand Forks compared to, I talked to my fishing partner, goes to school in East Grand Forks. They're off all week. You guys, I don't know what Grand Forks is thinking of. Why did they call you back to school for 2 days? Everybody's still Christmas and New Year's food hungover. You know what I mean. Not hungover, but sugar hungover, whatever.
In the mental sense.
Yeah. And then they make you come to school for 2 days. Well, for stupid. That's why John Roberts comes in and says, hey, let's get her out of school her first day back. But so I did pull you out of school today, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Is that going to be, are you going to get in trouble? What'd you tell them you were doing?
I just said I had an appointment.
Oh, okay. Well, this is
Yeah.
a legitimate appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Santa Claus good to you?
Yes, actually.
He looks over there. Did you have a certain thing you really wanted to get for Christmas, and did you get it?
I don't know. I just put like a bunch of random things on my list, and I got like a decent amount. But I did get a new race car.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
I
good.
know. I was gonna say you better not even complain if you didn't.
No.
And we're gonna get into the race car and all of that stuff left. Who's Roy? Are you Roy? Who's Roy?
Rookie of the year.
Oh, rookie of the.
Yeah.
Jeez. Roberts, you should probably have
Among
another
other
Bush
things,
Light.
she goes by many different names.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
one.
had a lot of aliases.
What's the name, Joe?
What's that?
What's your one name?
Wally.
Wally.
Yeah, I called her Wally.
Yeah, it's Wally.
I have a dog named Wally.
How many walls has your dog hit?
Oh, well, that's true.
I think Kenna's got him beat.
How's the right side on that dog?
He does. He's got a bad left leg. Okay. Kaylee, well, then I lied because the gals in the office know she's a race car driver. I called in and told them she was on a podcast. Always best to tell the truth. Okay,
at
so
that.
they do know. She's being truant to go on the Roberts show. There you go.
So I was in racetrack famous, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh Barker said he came to watch a basketball game.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Like the whole student section was filled with them.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they didn't stop cheering. They were screaming the whole entire time.
So you shoot hoops. You play hoops.
Yes.
Okay, who do you play for?
Red River.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. What grade are you in now?
10th.
Okay, how is their team this year? How's your team?
It needs a little work. But
Yeah. You guys lost a
We
lot
lost
of
7
players.
seniors,
Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, Grand Forks girls, both Central and Red River, are struggling just a little bit this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
but that's it. By the way, I wanted to thank you guys too. I was fortunate enough to get invited to your end of the year party, which we had a lot of fun at. Thank you. It's always fun when we get invited to those. Austin Hunter wants to know if Jory can play basketball.
No. I'm a hockey player.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
even done that in like 5 years, so it's best that I just sit my fat butt behind the steering wheel and run some pedals.
There you go.
Half-ass decent at that.
Basketball's fun to play, and it's okay to watch. I don't know. I'm a hockey guy, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you weren't here, I'd say more, but I won't because you are here. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about last year. When we talk about your first year in a big car, because you came from karts.
Yeah.
37 features, 3 top 5s, 24 top 10s, 5th at River City Speedway, 3rd at Devil's Lake, 2nd at Buffalo River. Not a bad year for being national champion.
Yeah.
When did you guys decide that you were going to try to run for this? Because I know a lot of people, they'll wait for a while, figure out how they're looking in the points. Usually it's local, then they'll go, maybe, how am I looking in North Dakota? Well, boy, if we're doing okay, maybe what if it should have looked like it in national? Tucker Peterson comes to mind a couple of years back, and next thing you know, they're hitting tracks all over the place that they probably would have never went to. But talk a little bit about your journey from the beginning to all of a sudden being the National Rookie of the Year. But first off, when you first started, I want to know what you thought the first laps that you got to put in that car, not at any of the what do they call that when you get to go in beforehand?
Test and tune.
Test and tune. I'm losing my freaking mind here. Test and tune. But the first time you actually went out and raced, tell us your thoughts, how you felt then in that car.
So I think the first time, our first test and tune was Devil's Lake. And I mean, coming into it, I was like a sprint car girl and I want a sprint car. But then they bought this B-Mod. And when I actually first drove it, I was like, I don't know, I thought I don't want to swear, but I almost crapped my pants. It was kind of scary. And then I went out for a second time, like the second day of test and tune, and I actually hit the wall. And I kind of crapped my pants there too. But I mean, it was really fun. We turned like.
Do you bring extra pants with you to the racetrack?
No.
Okay.
No.
Probably start.
We're looking to get Depends as a corporate sponsor suddenly.
The funniest thing about running up to you when you did hit the wall that one day, you looked more pissed than you were scared. You were just like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. Yeah.
But I think we.
seen this guy standing there going, oh no. Boom.
You know, and it was one of these things when she entered into 3.
You could just see it.
Yeah, I could see it. I knew right where she was going to come out of 4 when she entered into 3, so it was like a slow-mo thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah,
waiting for that hit, and I was like, oh, no.
I was shooting in 4 too, so I was
She's-
just like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do
She
it.
said it right for the wall. I just know it.
Joe's checkbook was just quivering, seeing her up there, shaking.
I think
then
better
the
thank
super-
Grandpa Bobby for that one. I think
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
Bobby,
the bill
yeah.
for that deal. So.
Well, and then you talk about seeing it all in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Well, fixing it isn't so slow-mo, is it? So, okay.
So then I always try and do like the silver linings kind of deal. I was just like, well, the wrap ain't on it yet, so you know, whatever. Right?
One of them things where they just go, shut up, Steven.
You were on the other side of the fence. You were just like, got it out of the way.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah. We all do it.
Well,
Yep.
We found where the limit was, like our second session, so we knew where the limit was. So the rest from there, we put it back together, and we went and turned probably 80 more laps.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think we
fine.
turned 200 altogether.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was-
Yeah.
In one test and tune.
I think like all the test and tunes. And
Oh,
everything,
okay,
it's, like,
okay, that's
two
a
or-
lot
two
of
or
laps.
three.
yeah.
Yeah.
in an 8-day period, so it was
Yeah,
like
that's-
Saturday and the next Sunday.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of laps.
Right, you guys
Yeah.
went back there with the late model guys, didn't you?
Yeah, with
Oh,
Joey-
yeah,
with
sure,
Joey and
sure,
that.
sure.
Yep.
We did that track rental that the Petersons allowed
Yep.
us to come with.
Yep.
Yep.
And I
Nice.
left
Yeah,
my
it was
car
nice.
at home, so we focused purely on her, and it was really beneficial to everybody, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks to Petersons, for
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that very much.
I ran into Tucker at Walmart right before Christmas. Anyway, okay. So you get through your test and tunes. You get in that first heat race. How quickly did you, or have you not, do you feel 100% comfortable in the car? How long did it take you to feel that comfort?
It almost took, I felt like a month to get comfortable because I started in the back. I thought, well, Jory thought that was a good idea too, and I did too. I don't know, I just kind of started in the back and made my way up, and when I was ready, I wanted to actually draw, and then eventually, get up there, and yeah.
You know, it's funny because, what's this, your third time maybe in here? Maybe even more than that.
Fourth.
Okay.
3 or 4.
Just the difference from you now compared to then is crazy. It really is. I mean, you're maturing so much. Corey Litton says it was awesome getting to watch her all year at Buffalo River. She made a flawless jump from the go-karts up to the MWmods. She had the wheels under her right away. Got faster as the year went on. Congratulations on the Rookie of the Year. You definitely deserved it. I missed the beginning of the podcast. Did anybody ask Jory what his plans are since he sold his car to MaKenna? Yeah, that was on my list. But you got a new car?
Well, I'm gonna steal that again.
Steal it.
Kinda. Well, we have a plan, but we don't really know how it's gonna fall. But most likely it'll be in that B-Mod realm. But
Okay, most likely.
not really sure what the plan is as far as a car. It will be a Millennium.
Yep.
not-
Sure.
Not sure when or how or the timeline
And
of us getting that.
you're doesn't matter. You're a Millennium guy now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I found a good home. I'm not going to go away from
Okay,
it. And I
okay.
get treated well. It's 5 miles from our shop. We bring customers there because we believe in the product that we're getting to and the service that we're receiving.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is look at the track record of a Millennium B-Mod, and it's
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never won any championships till I started getting in those cars. So, I mean,
and
it's
of
good.
course Rhonda's wondering late model plan ? And you knew that was coming up next.
Yeah, not unless Brandon's going to let me drive.
Okay.
That's
I don't know.
that's a
I don't-
good answer.
Yeah, there's not too many people that are going to offer up a late model ride for me right now, and I just don't have the time or the funds to do it. I mean, if somebody said, "Here's the car and all the equipment, go see what you can do," I'd say absolutely. Might as well put that rookie status on it and try to go for a rookie title.
Now, is the cost that much? I mean, obviously the cost of the car, getting the car race ready to go, but the weekly upkeep, the going to the track every week, is it a big difference in money?
I think your big difference is like obviously tires,
Yep,
shock package,
sure.
and then obviously your motors quite a bit more. I think more of it has to do with we have to upgrade a trailer. You gotta,
Yeah,
have
people don't
restock.
realize all the other things.
Yeah, you gotta restock parts. You gotta relearn everything. And what we're doing with the B mod, it'd just be easier for us to transition into an A mod because we have the wheels, the tires, the car itself. You can transfer over, but like I said, if somebody wants to drop one off at my house and I put my seat in it, I got 2 of them sitting in the shed, so bring them on over.
Oh, wow.
I'll drive for you.
There you go.
I'll just send you the bill at the end of the day.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Casey, you say this, oh, great. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is on the show again.
Thanks, Casey.
So sad
I
to
take
see
that as
him.
a compliment.
It's so sad to see him try to hold on to any fame he can. Step aside, lap traffic, and let the fast rookies go by. Speaking of,
Party,
congratulations, MaKenna, and welcome to the Rookie of the Year Club, Casey. I wanted to ask you this, MaKenna. Jory, you got the car now, another new car from Jory, or newer car. It doesn't have, I would imagine, near as many laps as the first one did because you didn't hardly race last year.
Nope.
And that was too bad for him. Jory Berg, the BO, has got a big following. Everybody knows who he is in the Wissota late mod or the Wissota B mod world. How fortunate, should I say, and this is kind of the wrong way, maybe, very unfortunate of what happened to you last year and put you out basically for the entire season. Probably very fortunate, though, for you and your team. How nice was it to have him and his dad, Tim, come along with you guys basically all year? I mean, I know you guys had something worked out. I know he was going to be mentoring you, but this went way beyond what I would imagine anybody was thinking.
Yeah.
How important was that for you and your team?
Well, it was freaking awesome. I mean, I can't thank him and Tim enough stepping in. And I know they love the racetrack so much, and I think it would be hard for them to kind of stay away from it for so much weeks since Jory broke his arm. But they took us in. They traveled with us to almost every track. And, well, not almost every track.
Every track.
But every single track.
Wow.
And yeah, they were just super, super, super helpful. And coming in from go-karts, everything was so different. And even the tools are smaller, and you have to upgrade everything, like George said about the late model stuff. So, yeah, they just took us in. And during, like, the middle of the season, we saw that I was kind of in the rookie standings, like, top 3. And we decided we wanted to chase it. It'd be pretty cool to be a 15-year-old girl, female, to get a national title even the first year rookie. Would be pretty awesome. So we chased it, and very fortunate enough for Tim and Jory to help us with that.
Was there a time when you knew you had it, or did it go right down to the wire? Was there a time you knew you had it, and you just went,
down to the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, I gotta thank you too for he stayed up so much hours. Like after every race,
It was gonna drive me nuts if I didn't keep
he
track of
texted
that
us.
stuff.
We have like this group chat with like everyone, and he just texted us every time he updated all the points for us. So yeah, it was right down to the wire.
He's a good dude. In fact, I ran into Brad Sang the other day, and he said, if anybody starts getting close to my numbers on the show, you make sure you let me know because I need to come back. So I said, well, I'll have to talk to Stephen Lewis about that one.
Yeah.
I gotta be getting up there, aren't I?
Yeah, you're probably getting up there.
Yeah, 12, 13.
He'll figure it
somewhere
out.
in there.
Passing on the outside.
Yeah.
Just catfishing on the bottom. No one's even looking at me because I'm not putting on a show.
Yeah, there you go. Josh says traveling with Kenna, Jory, and Trey was a lot of fun last summer. Last race of the year, we all parked in DNF row. There you go. You know, McKenna, you'd mentioned that they traveled to all of the tracks with you. Let's see here. River City Speedway, Devil's Lake, Buffalo River, Jamestown, Casino, Cheyenne, Greenbush, I-94. Did I miss any of them?
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Do
right.
you have a favorite?
We go to Lisbon? Is
Yeah,
it
but I
Lisbon?
missed the heat.
That was-
race.
Yeah, we got rained on.
Oh, got rained out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say River Cities.
Yeah. Is it different because there's more people that know you when you're racing here than, well, I'm sure you got a big following in Devil's Lake and Buffalo
Yeah.
River, but you're starting to you're not an everyday name at the racetrack, except for now you
Yeah,
are. But
right.
going in this last year you weren't. does it make a big difference racing at home in front of more of your friends and family?
I'd say so, yeah, because a lot of family comes down, like my grandma Gail and Auntie Jane. They almost made it to every single race every Friday, so that was super nice of them. And here I like the banking, and I feel like the atmosphere is way more different than other tracks because I feel like more people come down to visit the drivers in the pits. And
Okay. How did you miss your heat in Lisbon?
Oh my God, I don't even know. Well, they on the radio they said like Heat 2 is like going out, and I was like Heat 3, I think, so I was like going up there, and then Heat 3 was going out when I got there. So and they didn't let me go.
They were in full hurry up too because it went from bright sunny day to like it's gonna open up on us.
Oh no! Let's get going, people.
Yeah.
So
I think it rained out right as I was finishing my heat. It started raining, and they were even rushing us, and I was the fourth.
yeah, you and Lucas kind of went back and forth,
Yeah.
and then I didn't even think Heat 3 even got out there. To be
Did the
honest.
show get called then?
Yeah, so they had a rain delay. They farmed the track, and then as soon as they were just getting everything packed in, another cloud just popped up and dumped on us.
Yeah, then it's done deal. How far is Lisbon?
It's about 2 hours.
Okay,
It's like
that's a drive.
140 miles.
Okay.
Buck 30. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you know more than I do.
Yep.
I just get I'm a passenger princess. I let my dad drive.
I was wondering how you could miss a heat, but I guess that makes a lot of sense.
That was a messed up kind
They
of a
rushed
night,
everything so fast because they knew there was a shot of rain coming. And we had kind of dealt with that all weekend. We were even late for our staging in Casino. We started like 22nd and 24th. I think we ran like 8 laps or something like that. And I kind of looked around on the caution. I was like, holy shit, I'm in 10th.
Oh.
So, and then they started reading it off, and Kenna was right behind me. So me and Kenna were just hustling around the top, just going around everyone, putting around on the bottom, and then it rained out.
Oh, jeez.
Well, yeah, they sent us to the back because they were on a rain delay, and we were sitting in the trailer with our cars. And then they're like, well, get to staging. Well, we had everything loaded up thinking it was going to rain out. And they tried to get it in, and then we rained out on the grass.
Jeez. Isn't that funny? You seems like it always works that way, too.
Yeah.
You know, no, we wait for an hour and a half, 2 hours. All right, let's get her going. And then one more burst, and it's like, nah.
Yeah,
we're
it's
done.
over.
Are you thinking about changing your number?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
And how did you get that number? I think I asked you that once before.
I don't even know. I think like part of it was maybe Donnie's shots when I was super little. I was like 5 when I picked it, but I'm not changing it, no.
Are you a big Shots fan?
Not necessarily. I mean, I like him. He's nice and stuff, but I don't really watch sprint cars anymore.
Do you have, okay.
Shots fired.
I was going to say, do you have a favorite sprint car driver?
What about a favorite race car driver? Because I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Probably Jersey.
Yeah, well, I knew it would.
Oh, really?
One of my nephew's favorite race car driver isn't me. So,
Hey, I was over at Dobmeyer's, his kid, Ty. He's a Croker fan.
Yeah.
He was even wearing Croker stuff at the house over there. He does all the time.
I think it's awesome.
That's great.
Well, I just always think that's nice that Jack has a fam. So that's good. That's good.
There we go. Yep. Go ahead.
Kenna isn't the only driver that rides the number 15 at the table here. Mr. Bobby, you're
Oh, yeah.
Bobby,
right,
you kind of started the go-karts about halfway through this season. You're rocking the number 15 as well. I'm kind of curious how you enjoyed the go-karts this year.
Well, it was her cart, and I don't know. I've been around racing all my life, because with the chalet days and all that, and that was on my bucket list. And I thought, well, I'm gonna try this. I didn't change nothing.
Yeah.
So
You just got in her
I
cart.
got in that darn thing. The first time out, and I'm going, that front end feels a little light, and everything. Well, I made 3 laps. My helmet fogged up. My glasses fell off my face. And I went into the corner, and I stopped, and I go, what am I doing over here? So then we raised the seat up, and I got the scales and everything, but I never checked nothing. I go, well, we'll try it like this. Well, second time I went out, same thing. Went in the corner, and I came out just about hit the barrels and the walls, but Mike and all them guys came over and said, what's going on here? Because you know what? Enough of this, because you're going to come this spring, and we're going to make that cart work for you. Mike Witherall
Withy and
Jay Ross.
Yep.
And Eric. you know, which helped.
And it'd be
me out
nice
a
to get
lot.
more into that class too.
And I had trouble one night with that car, and they were all over there trying to get that thing going because they wanted me to run with them. And hats off to them guys. I meant whenever you got trouble, people step up.
Oh, isn't it crazy? The racing world, when we
The
call them
racing world,
families.
That's
Yeah.
why we love it, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get put on Brad's scale or them guys' scale and
Sure.
get it tuned in right and see if I can do it even at 68 years old.
You're still young. You're still Red Farmer. That's the name. Think of that name, Red Farmer. There we go. Folks, we have got a studio full. Joe Breidenbach here, Bobby Baird, Jory Berg, MaKenna Romuld, of course, our co-host Stephen Lewis, and Dale, the producer, are all here. Dirty Thursday. We need to take a little break, but we will be back right after this. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids, check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. You know, they can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street, or call them 701-780-8462. And make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. All right, Wissota Midwest Modified National Rookie of the Year, MaKenna Romuld, in the studio today, along with, well, almost all of her crew is in here. And I wanted to direct this one to Joe, new stepdad. And I remember you saying this one time before, Joe, that, you know, when it came time for you making the decision to either get out of karts, stay into karts, or whatever, and I might not be perfect on this quote, but it was something like, hey, I'll get you all the best stuff at go-karts if you want instead. And it didn't work that way. But when this all happened, I mean, here we go. You're getting thrown into the mix now, you know, along with Grandpa and everybody else. But how did you think at the beginning of all this? Because I'm not going to kid you. I would have probably been thinking to myself, I got a big mouth, but I bit off way more than I could chew here. But how did you feel on this? Because when you fast forward a year, I mean, it was the best decision, I think.
Well, okay, so to be clear, right? So we were go-kart racing, and that was something that Bobby had done with Kenna for 9-10 years.
Sure.
Right? And then
Okay.
I came onto the scene halfway through that. It was all Bobby's
Okay.
operation. After we decided we wanted to move up to some kind of different class, we had looked at, kind of talked about a non-wing. We'd kind of talked about a 305 race saver. We'd kind of talked about a lightning sprint. And then all of a sudden, Kaylee, my new wife, was talking with Jory. They're sort of pals, and then talking with Grandpa, and they found this car that Jory had run in the past. And I was hardly included in the conversation. I got told, boom, hey,
got told.
we bought
Get
this
used to it,
MWmods.
buddy.
Grandpa bought this car, and you got to go pick it up down by the city. I said, oh, okay, that's what we're doing now. And so my quote about that buying all the best go-kart stuff was, I think, after, you know, crash 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
3, 4,
And
5, 6,
the
7.
dollar signs were flying out. I kind of said, hey, maybe we should go back to the world's best go-kart operation, and that one buy would be cheaper than any weekend here, I think. So, but no, it's been an absolute hoot. It's been a blast. It's been one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life.
Now you went into this 190%.
Oh, yeah.
I see all the snaps. I see the pictures. I see the behind the scenes things where people don't get to see the glory and the fun of having a race car. I see the pictures of you in the middle of the night working on cars, and then I see all of this stuff. But have you learned a lot? And it's not like you got a ton of time for iRacing now, I would imagine, during the summer, which we're going to get to. But how much have you learned, and is it a lot?
Well, it's a lot to do this. I tell you what, anybody listening that hasn't been involved with racing, it's a crazy amount of commitment.
It's not
Now,
just
it's
Friday,
awesome.
Saturday nights, or Sunday nights.
No, hell no. It's a full commitment. It's like every night, every day, you're doing something to it, or at least you ought to be. And that's one thing with Tim and Jory. These people are maintenance and repair I was going to say freaks, but that's not the right word.
Fanatics.
But fanatics, yeah,
There you
know
go.
what I mean? So they're about going through everything.
I kind of like freaks, but
all the time, right? So they're pushing you all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
If you got nothing to do, nope, check this, take that apart, do this, do that. So anytime I think I'm going to get in the recliner and kick my feet up, I get a phone call, and I get more instructions. And you said, have I learned a lot? I've learned a lot. Working on the car is really not so much a problem now. I don't have all the tricks as Tim and Jory does.
which comes with time.
Yeah, but as far as the setup goes, I tell Tim all the time when he says this, that, or the other thing, I said, Tim, I only know what you've told me.
Yeah, right.
So you tell me what to do, and that's what we're going to do.
Is it different having? I mean, it's really now that you're married, it's not that much different than it was before, but. Is it different knowing that this is my stepdaughter in this car, so this car better damn well be safe? Does that ever cross your mind, or is it just, let's just do what has to be done, what we need to be done, and it'll take care of itself?
No, safety is a huge priority, right? Well, it's another reason I love this class. It really is a relatively safe class compared to some of the, other classes out there. But we talk about safety. We spent most of the entire day yesterday over at Tim and Jory's shop remounting the new seat in this new car, right? And revising a bracket where we had a bracket set up that we didn't think was maybe quite as good as we liked. So Tim went to work with Dustin finding a different bracket, and then all of us went to work yesterday fabbing this all up to make sure that seat was 100% in place. And good thing Tim is a lot smaller than me, and Jory is willing to help out because he had us upside down in that cockpit working on bolts and stuff, and all I could do is look from the outside saying, I don't fit in the window.
Yeah, my head wouldn't even fit in there.
No.
And I do know, because I had heard some stuff through the grapevine too, that it was at least 5-6 hour job putting that seat in. I also heard that seat was probably in and out of the car about 8 times.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So, but that's all for safety. A couple of texts I want to talk about. Stephen Ader Olson. Hey, can't wait for Stephen Ader Photography and Action to take pictures of the Flying 15 car. Jory, I updated my Wi-Fi for Arizona. Bring batteries for your radio. Best way to grow a strong family bond is to be a race family, or a hockey family. Lots of windshield time, which equals bonding time.
So here's my question about
Okay. Keep going.
my question about the seat in the new car. Is it going to be easier for Kaylee to get in and out of it now?
Oh
or?
no. It's
Well, the window is bigger, and I'm not saying it needs to be. I don't want to sleep on the couch immediately, but the window is bigger, so it's easier to get it out of. But we actually got a smaller seat for Kenna than we did last year. The seat was maybe a little too wide last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's tighter in the
more
car.
contained,
She's more comfortable. We did more work moving the pedals. She's going to be way more comfortable in this car. Her legs to the pedals, the whole 9 yards, than she ever was in the last car.
Well, that's got to be,
I'm just so anxious waiting for the response to that.
Yeah, I'm sure Kaylee's going to have something to say here.
Well,
I'm not
I'm
sure if
just
I'm in trouble
wondering-
yet or not, but
I'm just wondering, how am I supposed to race mechanics race?
you can get it, Bobby. See, you're still a fairly slender
Look at you.
guy.
You're like
Be
little.
tight and sideways. now.
Bobby, we'll get you in there.
So I get to race Jory's new car.
Yeah, I was in one of my buddies got a couple of simulators, and we probably know who I'm talking about, but got 2 seats for the one of them, one for regular people like you guys, one for not regular people like me. Got the seat stuck to my ass.
I've been there.
Stephen Ader, I love hanging with you guys at the trailer every time before the races. Fun guys to hang around with. Now, the new car, are you nervous? Are you ready? Is it way different than your old car or not?
well, Jory was telling me has a little more attitude than my other one.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna try and hit as many tests and tunes as possible, but I'm actually more excited than nervous, if anything.
You know, I had mentioned that you have seemed like you have progressed age-wise or whatever I'm looking for since the first time you were on the show here, but you did a whole lot of media stuff since becoming Rookie of the Year. Do you practice these interviews or you just kind of go with the flow? Because you've always been social media active and things like that. Maybe not as much now as you were before, but you were a lot more nervous before too. Is this all just kind of like it's part of the deal now?
I don't know. I think I've grown up now more, and I feel like I've just gotten used to the cameras being in my face. And
Sure.
Like when you're at the racetrack and you're new, and especially if you're like nationally ranked, then you're
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to come up to you more. So
Get the
you're gonna have
paparazzi chasing you all over the place. Need to get a bodyguard.
It doesn't help that, like, at the expo, I was running around telling everybody, oh, so that's Roy, the National Rookie of the Year, just
Oh, yeah.
screaming it.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I threw her under the bus with Kyle Hall, so she had to do these interviews. And I was like, you're going to do them because you're going to get good at this stuff. And well, it's clearly worked out. Because I make her talk to everybody, and I throw her under the bus
that's
as
a
soon
good
as we
thing.
get somewhere.
That's
Absolutely.
That's one of
Trial by
Shut
fire.
up, Jory. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, she did it. She like hurried up and ran around the corner. I was like, well, she's right around the corner. Like, you're not going to run away. We're all in the same room together.
Right. Heather McDonald is talking about boobs. Please give safety crew a decent window to get in and out of the event of an emergency. I looked at one 2 years ago and said I wouldn't get my boobs in there to get him out. I made him change his window. Brendan Grover says, I remember when she used to be scared of the camera. Kaylee, you won't see me in a car again. I've asked Ken a few times, so I'm going to put her on the spot. What's your goal for next year as a driver?
I'd probably say to at least get like a couple feature wins. Even if it's just one, I'd be thankful for that.
Sure, sure.
I want to experience being in victory lane at least once.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is I've been doing this a long time. You see the people get so close so many times, and then we all know all the factors that can happen in a race car during a race. But as long as you are up there and you have the chance to win a race, they're going to come.
Yeah.
And when they do, they'll come easier, but you got to be in position. And that's what it takes, being up there all the time. Steven Ader, we're going to get you on the show again one of these times here. Tell you what, let's take a look at some pictures and let's just look at the monitors. You guys can jump in and talk about these pictures all you want because we got a bunch.
You know what? One thing about her moving up, we want to change her name to something like Rally instead of Wally because his car does not like the wall. So
No.
we'll figure out a new name for her. We'll get rid of that Wally, I hope.
Wally. Rhonda Fuller says,
That's one I didn't want to change to down the stretch with Sparky, but it kind of just ended up happening.
that's a good one. Kick Jory's ass, McKenna. I want to be there that night. Rhonda Fuller.
So,
All right.
you know what Jory did tell us though when they started working for us or helping us.
Yeah.
And he looked at her and he goes, "First time you beat me, I'm done."
Yeah, well, exactly.
But didn't you beat
Yeah.
him?
Yep.
Didn't you beat him once?
I did, yeah.
But
That
he
didn't-
still helped.
That didn't count, though.
Oh, that one!
Count.
Thank God that one didn't count.
I got a flat tire and had to go to the back.
Oh.
They were all, and I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I said, have at it, kid.
But that's
Just let
how
them have
that's
it.
how a lot of that happens. I remember when I first started catfishing, and these guys tell you all this stuff and what to do, and here's what I do, blah blah. Then you win one night, and they don't even know your name after that. It's like,
Yeah.
who are you? But anyway, no, they're not that bad. Let's take a look at some pics. We got a bunch here.
All right, here we go.
Oh, mother.
So
Okay.
this is McKenna re-giving her speech from the Wasota banquet at our end of the year race party. So she climbed up on the roof of her car and re-delivered her speech to the room.
Yep. That might have been one of the pictures I took, I think.
The best thing about that, I don't remember who the kid was, but someone was playing with the
Everett.
hose that goes into your helmet and was like
That's
knocking
right.
on the deck
Yeah.
and whatever. And I thought you did really good, like keeping focused
Yeah.
during that or whatever. But
That's Everett the Menace. That's my nephew.
Oh, Everett the Menace.
Oh, yeah. He's a terror. Love
Steven,
that
you're
guy.
gonna have to send me that picture. I like that.
And there's
Words of wisdom going on
the mustache one-armed mafia.
this was after.
Yeah, where is that?
This was the Sunday in Devils.
Okay,
and
okay.
this
I had
was-
2 arms. in
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, you did?
Yep. That was that testing tune that the Petersons.
Oh, that was at the beginning. Okay, sure.
This was after they got the car back in order
After the brush with the wall.
so-
Okay,
Bobby.
there we go.
2 legends right there.
2 legends. It's a lot of years between those 2 legends right there, huh? See, I want to get in a cart. I just don't know if I could get out.
You could.
You can roll out like I do.
Yeah, well, that's what I'd have to
Stand
do.
up, so
Yeah.
You will come one night and I will put you in there.
Yeah, well, okay. I'd love to. I keep
Yeah.
talking about it, but
Oh,
So
we're
there,
gonna
yeah,
do
there's
that then.
that was Tim Berg standing over Bobby in the cart, ready to go out. So,
nice. Look at that. That looks pretty darn cool right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
I had to bring something with me to Fergus because I was like, we got her in the bag now or whatever.
That is cool. Steven Ader wants to run against you, by the way, Bob. Okay, now that is like the ginormous ring.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I I think I took that picture too. I was snapping pictures when we were at that party, but that is really cool. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Put it up for display.
Where is it now?
In my room on my ledge.
Okay, so you know where it is anyway.
I should have
talked
brought
to-
my trophy and the ring.
You should have.
Crap.
Put it on a gold chain and wear it around your neck, and you'd be like Flavor Flav,
Flavor
whatever the
Flav.
hell his name is.
Slave, yeah.
Okay, words of wisdom or something like that.
So there's Grandpa Bobby, I think, right, looking in the window of the car before we had it decaled. So that was really an
Oh,
attestation
sure,
too.
sure. Early.
I think
Thought
I
he was
took
asking
this-
if she had any of the lavash or anything.
I think I took this right after. So this was the Saturday, the week before or whatever. And she goes out, and I didn't know it was her because, you know, the car is not lettered or nothing. So I ran up to Jory. I'm like, who's that in the black car or whatever? And I was like, it's someone new to this car, but not new to cars. 'Cause I thought rolled around there pretty good. Or whatever. It's like, that's Kenna. I went, really? Okay. So, yeah, you know, from the first moment you went out testing or whatever, it just got better and better, you know.
Okay, here's where we're gonna let a few people get some glory here on these next few pictures.
You're wearing the same
Yeah, I was
outfit.
just gonna say, look at the jerseys here.
Think he
One
likes.
of those
Hat and
sweaters are-
everything.
Think he likes the Jets.
Yeah, I don't like to change things up,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
He's a creature of habit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who's that clown?
Look at that.
Huh?
Deal.
Got some producer stuff in there.
That's our announcer there from Devil's Lake.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So much fun calling your races.
Yeah.
All season
Awesome.
long.
Do a good job.
Heck yeah,
Excellent.
heck yeah.
And the cart.
Yes.
Now, is this the entire team? I mean, I know it's hard to get everybody together all the time for a picture, but is that pretty much everybody, Joe? Or
Looks like we're missing Mike.
Yeah, I think Mike Stenvold is not in there. So if
Okay.
you look to the far right of that picture, at least what I'm calling far right, Cody Hansen, he's the guy with kind of the beard on the end. He was probably our number one pitman teammate. He came to every race. He's a good friend of mine, and he traveled all over with us. He totally kicked butt for us.
and his wife is the hair
Yes,
stylist.
that's Geneva.
Geneva's been doing my wife's
Yep.
hair for like a long time.
And then in from that is Kyle Britton, another good friend of mine that came and pitted and crewed with a bunch of the races. Another good friend, Mike Stenvold, isn't in that picture, unfortunately, but he came to a bunch of the races as well. Looks like I'm having a tough time seeing who's all in that picture,
only
but I
thing with
see
Cody,
Ava.
There's certain things you want him to tighten, and there's certain things you don't want him
Oh yeah, Cody.
to tighten. He tightened that nut on that J bar. Remember that one race? And we were
Yeah, it's
of
kinda
all
like
times
welding.
in a hurry, trying to hurry up and change it because Tim come over and said you got to drop it or something. I forget how many of us were on a stinking pipe. And here comes Cody around the corner. While you tighten it, you loosen it, and he goes on there just like nothing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That man is strong.
He's a little more that there's no such thing as a torque wrench for that guy.
No.
All right. Okay. There's your Rookie of the Year trophy.
Cameo.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
We couldn't get her to drink a Shirley Temple out of it, though.
Oh.
By the end of the night, she was kind of.
You never even asked.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember you asking.
Hey, did-
Too many
got the
Shirley
picture of
Temples.
her sleeping with the trophy?
We got all kinds of them coming here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got it coming here.
I'm going to assume with Kaylee, we got a
Nice.
picture of at least one of everything.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Well, we had to cap it. We had way too many. We had way too many.
10,000 pictures.
Well, you know, I still had some from before because then we got the storm hit and we didn't do the show. You guys were supposed to be on a couple of weeks ago, so we've been getting pictures for the last 2 weeks. But that's a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think this picture is probably one that just shows how hard that kid is willing to drive a
Oh,
car.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I don't know when this was or who. Well, it was either you.
Mid-July.
Yeah, so mid-July. So this is probably right around that time where I broke my arm and made the decision like, this is 100% what we're going for. These are the things that you need to do and where you need to be finishing. And she took everything I said and went out and just went and did it. And that picture right there, I mean, there's not very many people. That's going into 3. And
They
I mean,
can USAC a B-mod around.
yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
she
Like, yeah.
she towards the end of the year and mid-season in Devil's Lake, she was just ripping that thing around there. And I think if we had a little bit of luck on our side and we could chase the track a little bit better, then we're getting there in Devil's Lake.
Well, Heather says the canola hadn't bloomed yet. If that helps with a timeline, that makes a lot of
Oh,
sense. Nice and green in the background
Yeah.
there. That's a great pick.
That is,
Yeah,
a
it
good
is.
picture.
Talk about great picks. Would have been if big fat guy wasn't in there, but that is the better half. You probably see her at River City Speedway with our champion here, our Rookie of the Year. That was a fun time. Now, there, look at that. Let's dress them up a little bit. Boy, you guys look good. Dang.
Kaylee for sure put makeup on that day.
Oh yeah. Even had
Look,
a
that's
girl
a-
come in and do it.
Good looking crew.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Great looking
Yeah,
crew.
that is awesome.
Oh, you got to go back.
Oh boy.
That.
Tilt.
Okay, now this. Any of you guys know who Bruce Valance is?
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't that guy on the left look like Bruce? You know what that is? Maybe you do know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know. That is a mash between me and your mom.
That's a face swap. Yeah.
It's a face swap.
Oh, that's pretty good. Looks like bubbles.
Ooh, you're gonna have to send me that one too, Steven.
Just send her the whole album.
Yeah.
Her in Jersey.
I like that.
That's good picks.
Jersey, her best friend Jersey Rosinski there with her.
Yeah.
Who is running sprint cars now?
Yep. 305 Race
Yep.
Savers rookie last year. We love Jersey.
Okay, so when was this? Was this at the beginning of last year?
No, that's
Or this the new car?
yeah, that's the new car.
Okay.
I just gotta say, Kenna got something hung up of her in my dad's shop before I got anything of me hung up in there.
You mean that big Rookie of the Year thing in the back there?
Yeah, he got so.
Yeah, I'm
this
a
is-
favorite.
So I gave my dad so much shit. He took one of my driver cards and like put it on the wall halfway behind something because I gave him so much shit about not having anything hung up about me. Like all of our trophies and big checks are upstairs in his house. He doesn't show them off
Yeah,
or nothing. She gets her banner right in the shop, dead center. First thing you see when you walk in the door, you know. And I got a driver card over the bench that's probably covered in grease and oil right
You know what? I'm going to give him a picture of me and a big catfish. Just see if he puts it on the wall.
Honestly, he would because I'd give him shit about it.
Oh, boy. Another good pick.
Yeah.
And this is at your guys' place, or is this out at your race shop, or where is this picture?
My dad's place
Okay.
where we keep our cars and stuff. So
Yeah, that was the day we were selling it.
yeah,
Oh,
Letting
okay.
the previous car go there. Yep.
yeah, that's the
Getting
that's
ready to
the car
say
going down the
goodbye.
Yep.
road.
Okay.
2012.
So did you keep the roof or something? Or?
No, we took the side panels off, and actually we weren't going to keep the sail panels, but Jory actually helped us by giving the guy a couple other sales panels so we could keep them too for nostalgia's sake. But the roof was off for some other reason. But
Nice.
Well, we
What
sold
was
it to
left
some.
of them?
We sold
Yeah.
it to some Canadians, and not to throw them under the bus, I won't name names, but we sold it to some Canadians, and they were wanting to take it across the border, and they were going to use it as a parts car.
Oh, sure.
We had to take it apart and dismantle it a little bit, and yeah, I mean, we just had to take some stuff off.
Yeah.
They made
Don't
it through
need
just
that
fine,
part.
and
Yep.
actually, he's going to race in Arizona.
Yeah, it's
here in
gonna
a
be-
couple weeks.
gonna be fun
with
to track that.
car,
Oh.
so,
Nice.
Yep,
That'll be
Central
fun to
Arizona
watch.
Speedway. So if you watch that, you'll see that car racing down there. And like I said, I'm not gonna name names and throw him under the bus, but he'll be down there with it.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
What in the hell is that?
Where were we?
Grandpa Bobby riding
That's
a
what
wild
I'm
dog.
Bobby
wondering.
instantly knew I took that picture. We were at the zoo in
Was it
casino.
Yeah.
In
South
Watertown.
Dakota. Yeah.
Oh,
filmed
yeah.
sometime?
Yeah, we were having a good time. We had a day, kind of a relaxing day
Yep.
in between, and I think we figured we'd
Baird
all-
on a bear.
Yeah.
There you
Baird
go.
on a
Heard
We
up
went
Elf
and,
of the Shelf.
we
Got
did the
Baird on a
zoo
bear.
with- We had all the kids with us, so we took all the kids to the zoo. We took Bobby, the Hesses came with, the Barkers came with, and we just went and had a good
Nice.
time. And then
Yep.
that afternoon, we went and played race cars.
Another good pick.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was kind of a process to get you to react once the season
Yeah.
went longer and longer than you would. But
Look at the dude in the tie. Are you
again.
are you just as comfortable in a tie and dressed up than you are like we are now?
Doesn't bother me
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
I think jeans is a monkey suit myself. I wish I could live in cargo shorts and a hooded sweatshirt forever. I'd be really
Holding
happy.
Fish.
Huh? Oh yeah, yeah.
Holding fish.
Yes.
I see more of your pictures of you holding a big catfish.
It's about the only thing big I get to hold.
There you go. Look at them guys.
Oh, look at that. That's another
Yeah.
great pick.
You know what? And it is because, I got to say hats off to Jory because when I put that car in my brother's shop and they said, there's going to be a guy stopping by to show you how to. I couldn't even shift the darn thing. I mean, my brother hooked onto a skid steer and he pulled me backwards. Well, the side panels caught the cables. I couldn't get out. I'm against the wall. And his bucket's up, so he couldn't open the door. And there the two of us dummies sat there. You know, what are we getting?
We just needed the background music.
So he had to push me back in, and I tell you, we had a heck of a time. But Jory came out that weekend, and they sat there for about a good half hour, 45 minutes, him explaining stuff to her. And I'm thinking, well, this guy's just going to come by and flip the switch and step on the clutch or something. But, you know, hats off. And I knew right there that, you know, for this guy to come and do that to a 15-year-old, knowing that, you know, he was pretty serious on, you know, what maybe not the goal right at the time, but just that about racing and showing somebody younger to participate and actually race, you know. So, I couldn't believe it, you know. And
Hell of a guy.
yeah.
I'm okay, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, just think if he was a drinker and going out all the time, I bet you he probably wouldn't have spent that much time there. But
That's why you being rookie of the year was such a big thing. It was just like you had to learn everything, like how to
Everything was
keep
new.
it fired, back it up, load it, so you know.
it's a lot to soak
Well,
in.
And it's a lot. You know, like our team everybody has their specialties. Me and the queen, the tire queen, we do the tires. That's all I do, and I'll help wash. But Joe, you know, he takes care of, you know, with these guys, you know, all the changes, the front ends and all that. Cody has his job and stuff, you know. So, you know, that's what makes our team click, you know. And when Jory and Tim were racing, we know that you knew when to walk over the car to ask a question and when not to.
Sure.
You know, so I mean, we've got that down pat. I'm not saying what's going to happen, you know, because we do park next to each other.
Yep.
And it's so quick, you know, but when there's big issues,
Oh, sure.
certain people just step up and boom, you know.
What else we got here?
That's Kaylee flipped over in a chair at casino. That picture right there just kind of shows the kind of traveling 3-ring circus we got going on. I don't remember how she got flipped over, but Joe's walking away. He didn't help her. He's just like, I'll leave her there. I think Joe came over to help her, and she's like, no, I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. We just left her.
Maybe she was talking smack and I flipped her over.
There you go.
I didn't want to say
Sometimes
it.
you
I didn't
gotta.
want to say it on the podcast. but
It's
I'm glad
easy
you
to
did.
put them in their place when you're here and she's not. No, that another great picture here.
There's Mike in that one.
I'm guessing that's at the national banquet.
Yep.
Yep.
Kaylee says, "Who sent in some of these? Rude. We have ways."
I got to say, there's the tire queen.
Yeah.
She was there.
Okay. Now here again, you got somebody wanting to be like Dirty Thursday here interviewing you, but
It's an imitation show.
with all the lights and cameras and stuff, you probably felt like you were okay though, because you've done this
Yeah,
enough now.
That was good.
Cool.
Kyle's a cool guy.
Another awesome picture.
Next.
Next.
We couldn't. I had to throw. She would have never forgiven me if I wouldn't have thrown camber in there once. So
Big Herm.
Donnie,
Yeah.
Wendy.
Spitfire.
She's so evil.
Wild.
I
Evil.
wish I could flip like she does though. Oh my gosh.
Kenna's very lively little sister Camber. Yeah. She's a hoot.
Ugh,
There you go.
I'm tired of her.
That black lance in front.
Yeah. That's,
Okay.
Really?
That'd have been the one night
yeah.
we went to Greenbush. with
Yeah.
the-
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's right.
that was our
First night,
race
yep.
back after I broke my
You
arm.
were still
Oh.
pretty groggy from
Oh, yeah.
all that had gone
was-
on. So
I was taking oxygen.
I do commend you for going still, but man, you were not. Yeah.
I went for the chicken sandwiches.
That was
I'm here for the food.
Yeah.
That was a tough day for sure.
Heather, while we're looking at these, Heather says the entire racing community owes the Bergs a huge thank you. They're what the sports need if it's going to grow. Taking a driver under their wings is the exact path needed for it to grow. Herb's a handful. Kaylee, special shout out to my dad's partner, Hannah, too. She came with us just about every weekend, too. Worked her butt off on tires. We love that she's part of the team, the Tire Queen. There we go. That is an awesome picture.
That's the B main. That's the B main win.
Okay, wow, that is a great pick.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything, but I was probably the most excited about that.
Oh, you should have heard me up top.
I think everyone's seen the video, the onboard of me coming in and just dropping some F-bombs.
I wish we got her.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
It's nice to see somebody listen to everything that you say, go
Yeah.
out there, put it all down, and be rewarded for it. So
Absolutely.
For me, it was like,
Yeah.
You know,
You are
yeah.
so right on that, Jory. You know, the key was just take my advice. Nobody else. And that's one thing nice about our team too. Let one person do it. Whether Joe says we got to do something on the car, or he says you're going to do this on the track. You know, it's not.
Too many people giving different directions, and the same
Yeah.
thing is no
That's
good.
right.
Sure.
it was a blast.
Right. Then you got people running around and spinning circles and yeah.
Kenna, what was going through your mind? I think if I remember right, you led almost that entire race or pulled ahead right within the first couple of laps.
Yeah.
But what was going through your mind those last few laps when you realized, hey, this is going to happen?
Well, like the pre-race, Jory was like, pray to God and just throw it in and go full throttle. So I listened to him and I just went and I kept following my line and I honestly thought I saw someone's nose, so I was like, oh no, I gotta go faster.
No, and you were driving away. You were growing your gap
Wasn't
there.
there a yellow? And then she.
No, that one
No.
went. That one went straight through.
Yeah.
It was the Thursday night, the one where she got fourth or whatever, was the more stressful one because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like yellow, and then like you were fifth
Yes.
because
Kept going
the
back and forth, yeah.
restarts,
Yeah.
and then you'd fight back into fourth. I was like, well, at least we're in, kind of thing. The push truck guys are looking at me like, what are you so upset about? It's just like she made it. It's
I
fine.
can't even remember yesterday, and you guys know this shit like it was just like it happened yesterday.
So then she rolls out for that feature or whatever, 24th. I'm just like, the sights can be or whatever. Just don't get caught up in anything. It was
Yeah.
Yep.
16th, 15th, 14th. It was
Yes.
Knocking them all
I was
off.
hauling.
That's
Plus
one
the
of the
scene,
races we
you know,
wanted to go
so-
another 10 laps.
Yeah.
Right.
See what she would do.
Nick Curtis says I was cheering my ass off in the wrecker on that B main win. Everybody was. That was awesome. All right, I don't know. Do we have any? There's another great pick from River Cities. Oh, there we got the think tanks.
Yep.
Kaylee, I almost busted the top board in the pit stands, jumping up and down. I've never felt a feeling like that before. I'm so proud of her. She's a great girl. Would have never involved the people we had if it didn't believe in how awesome she is. There we go. Now, was that staged, or did you really
Oh, that
fall
was
asleep?
staged. That was staged.
Hey, there just went Bill. Okay. Everybody looks so happy.
I don't know what was going on here. This was like during sprint qualifying, and I look back and I was like, well, we're.
I think I had.
Looked like you
I don't
smelled a
know.
bad fart.
I don't know. I don't know if it was seeds or water in my mouth or.
Probably sunflower
got
seeds.
it.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
you're chewing
Big
on those sunflower seeds
Yeah,
all the
big
time.
sunflower seeds needs to get at our team and sponsor us. For
Yeah,
the
they
amount,
do.
We're keeping them in business for the amount of dill pickle sunflower seeds we go through.
Oh, you like the dill pickle ones,
Oh
huh?
yeah.
Oh,
we go
boy.
about like 3 bags a freaking weekend.
I bet you we could order a pallet and we'd be about mid-season ordering another one.
Wow.
Even got my dad chewing them.
Seeds and LeBron. I was that way. My kid was a baseball player. And so that you chew seeds playing ball, and pretty soon your tongue's well this big. And I actually had, I used to be one of them guys too that I would eat the whole thing sometimes. Well, in fact, a lot. But I got some peanuts for Christmas. Have you ever had these deep fried peanuts in a shell? You eat the whole thing. Really good. You can find them, try them. They're really good. All right.
That's all.
That's
How many
that's all of
beers
them.
how many beers was that into when you ate the whole?
I wasn't. I was sick, so I didn't even have any beers, but I hadn't hardly eaten anything either, so it was pretty good. We're running out of time already, but have you guys sat down and figured out a schedule yet for next year? Or, I mean, are you going to go as aggressive as you did this year? I don't, unless you probably don't know that unless you're running for national points or something. But have you guys sat down and had a meeting or figured out what is up for next year yet?
Well, I think we're just gonna try and hit the same tracks as we did last year. But as of right now, most tracks haven't really set out their schedule yet, so we don't really have an idea. But I'm sure as soon as schedule comes out, we'll have a talk about that and see what happens.
So how much say do you have in the schedule where you want to run? I mean, I know it's a family deal. It's just more than just you and Kaylee, but what all goes into the thought of your scheduling?
Now, that was really a go with the flow thing. Just whatever came up, we decided yay or nay. So I wouldn't say there was any solid plan. Even for this year, I don't know. We'll see what happens when tracks release their schedules, if there's something we really want to do, but we don't have anything official there at all.
I mean,
yet.
I would like to hit like bigger races, like the Gopher Showdown and
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you got a lot of work left on the car yet to get it ready for next year?
I know we have to put our motor in and our transmission, but I believe that's it, and then just the graphics and sponsors and stuff. So
Speaking of sponsors, who sponsors your race team?
let me pull up my list.
There
quick.
you go.
I don't want to forget anyone.
She was taught well.
And by the way, we're happy to add to the list.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, you are. Yeah.
We're happy
Good. That's
to add to
somebody
the
new.
list.
Plenty of
got-
spots still available.
Just call.
Oh, wait. Don't look at me. Okay.
All right, let's start this. We got Sound Decision, Sensky & Son Transfer, Napa Crooks and Welding, Premier Home and Builders, Best Used Trucks, Stenvold Egg, Southgate Bar and Grill. Those were the ones who actually provided us the lavage when Jory was on.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice.
Mm.
Chuck's Carpentry, Homes by Hobbs, Grinch Service and Sales, Knutson Printing. He did our driver cards actually for sponsorship this year, so it's super nice. Mallory Britton with Aflac, Millennium Chassis, with RCRT Specialties, Advanced Egg Services, Don's Detailing, Boxcar Brand, Dylan Castrino, Dilly Dilly, Backstretch Productions, Grandma Betty, and Dennis, and then my Grandpa Bobby for all the help this year. Couldn't thank him enough. Even the go-karts, jumping up from the go-karts and then coming into this B-Mod. Joe and Mom, Camber and Ava, Tim and Jory Berg, Cody Hansen, Mike Stenvold, Kyle Britton, Matt Biorgo, and shout out to Steven for all of the scoring, and Grandma Gail and Auntie Jane for coming to every race on Friday nights.
Well, that took care of my second question. Now we know who helps. By the way, Stephen Ader Olson had dared us to come down and race him in Fargo. Corey Litton just said, shots fired. I think we should, we've talked about this before. We should get a group. Let's go down there to the go-kart place, and let's just go kick some Fargo people's ass in the go-kart track. How's that sound?
Pretty good.
I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Did we miss anybody out that helps you guys? I mean, you guys do a fantastic job. All of a sudden, you go from a go-kart racing family to this. That is like, you don't take baby steps. That is a ginormous leap. All in all, I'm gonna ask you. You're kind of the patriarch of this whole deal here, but your thoughts on the year and what to expect from the number 15 team.
It was a hoot last year. You never get to have that first year again, right?
Right.
I've already told the crew, like, we're going to keep doing this. It's going to be fun. We'll have more success. We'll probably never have as much fun as we had this past year. You
Sure.
never get that first year back, right?
Yep.
But it's going to be a blast. We're gonna keep at it. We've invested in that newer car. We'll have a rebuilt motor, a transmission. We'll have all the things it takes to succeed. And we believe in Kenna's talent, certainly, and the help and advice we get from Berg. So I think it's going to be great. Last year, I think we tried to hit 45, 47 shows, and we got like 40 in, rainouts in the mix. So I don't know how hard we'll go at it, but whenever we're not there, I want to be there.
Right. How's the iRacing going?
It's fun. I did it really hard probably 5 years ago, and then as soon as we got locked in the house for COVID, then I stopped for some reason.
Isn't that weird?
What is that backwards?
Just the opposite. Yeah.
And then now I've kind of started again. I've got some more friends at it. That's been fun. I had Jory over yesterday actually for a little test and tune session on the iRacing rig. So yeah, it's fun.
I've never done it. I want to. I think I told the story back in the day when you had the steering wheel and the foot pedals and all that, and it was all on computer.
Yeah.
And I had bought at that time the World of Outlaws, and you start with these little bohunk tracks all over the country with crappy equipment. You work your way up, you win money, you go up to a different, pretty soon you're with this sanctioning body, that, and next thing you know, I'm running with the World of Outlaws. Well, now I'm hooked. I mean, it's like a drug. I'm 4 months into this thing. I'm leading the World of Outlaw points. I'm winning races one-handed. It's like, okay, let's just finish out the season here. My computer crashed. took it all. I was so fucking mad. I took it all, put it in a box, and brought it out to my curb and threw it on the curb. It was only there for about 10 minutes, and somebody came and took it all, but there you go. That was the thing. That was all I've ever done with that stuff. Jay Hobbs, coolest niece ever. How about that? Did we leave anything out of here, guys? I got a wedding practice I got to go to, and I know the show was supposed to be on a couple of weeks ago, and I can't thank you guys enough. It's not easy just dropping everything whenever Roberts calls, but you guys always seem to do that. Is there anything I missed out on?
Oh, we gotta thank you guys very much, and you for all you guys do. You know, Steve and Dale and John.
You know, as far as a job, this ain't a bad job to have.
No, it's great. Thanks for promoting the sport. And
Yeah, you guys do just more than awesome work. You know, Tim and Jory, can't thank them enough. Joe, you know, when we first started racing, remember I'd go to the track with my 22-foot trailer, stick in that car and everything there, and I think after the third or fourth race, Joe said, enough of this crap, you know, so, I mean, he went out and bought a big trailer and, you know, a bigger pickup, and, you know, we've all, whatever we've needed, you know, we just got it figured out, so, you know, and it's been awesome. Like you said, we'll never get that first year back.
Right.
We're going to be close to it.
Say, I was going to ask you, though, one thing. Where are you? I know you work for True North.
yeah, that's right.
Are you on Demers, or where are you?
I'm in our resource center building, which is on 42nd Avenue.
Okay.
Kind of next to Black Gold down by the
Sure.
Alaris.
Yep.
I office there.
Okay, I was just wondering because I spent a lot of time in that building that you guys have on Demers.
Oh, got it.
I spent too much time. You know how many times I was put in the hospital in that building?
From when you were at Wells Concrete?
Yeah,
Really?
a lot. Yeah, there you go. You guys, I am super stoked for next year. I can't wait for the new season to start. I want to give a thanks to, especially Dale, a producer here. He does a fantastic job on these Dirty Thursdays. Joe Breidenbach, Bobby Baird, Jory Berg, of course, my co-host Stephen Lewis, MaKenna Romuld, our Wasona Midwest Modified National Rookie of the Year. Say hi to your mom. She helps me out so much. I can call her, text her up pretty much anytime I want. And I think she feels the same, and she has helped me out tremendously too. You guys are incredible. I could have you guys on here every single Thursday, and I think we'd still have something new to talk about every week. Thank you guys, and Happy New Year to all of you. And here's to 2025, all right? Our show today, by the way, brought to you by Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Hey, UND Hockey is back on again this Saturday night. You can catch the bus from Rumors. Cost you $5. They pick you up. They bring you right to the door 45 minutes before the game. Drop you off, pick you up. You get back, you get a beer for nothing, all right? Or a drink. They got great food there, too. Again, every Thursday we talk about it. Sandwich at the side is just $7. But they got these $7 lunch and dinner specials with that $7 express lunch. You wonder why the place has always got a lot of people in there for lunchtime. Go play some bingo, maybe win some money. I double dog dare you to drink one of the world famous beer towers all on your own. In fact, I triple dog dare you to beat me drinking one. How's that? We're out of here, all right? 1 o'clock, big screens and TV streams is on. 9 o'clock tonight, we got the Brew Brothers podcast. If you like beer, you're going to like the Brew Brothers, all right? Have a great night. Catch you in the morning. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. It rings every time we go on the air. Forks are great. Grand Forks' best source gave the Forks their identity back.